Bartholomew's Lesson, a tale of humility. Once upon a time, in the heart of the sprawling enchanted forest, there lived a rather peculiar creature named Bartholomew the bear. Bartholomew was no ordinary bear. He was a boisterous, opinionated, and, some would say, a bit of a bossy bear. His dark brown fur and imposing presence made him the largest animal in the forest, and he took great pride in this fact. Bartholomew believed that his opinions were the only ones worth considering, and he had a habit of imposing them on everyone around him. Whether it was deciding where the best honey was or how the trees should be arranged in the forest, Bartholomew had an opinion on everything. The other animals in the enchanted forest found Bartholomew's behaviour rather tiresome. He would march around declaring his views loudly, and anyone who dared to oppose him would face his sharp tongue and teasing remarks. The wise old tortoises, known for their centuries of wisdom, were particularly frustrated by Bartholomew's arrogance. One sunny day, the animals gathered for the annual Enchanted Forest Festival. It was a time of celebration, where each creature showcased their unique talents and shared their wisdom. The wise old tortoises, despite their age, were always the stars of the festival. They had seen generations come and go, and their advice was sought by animals far and wide. Bartholomew, however, saw this as an opportunity to showcase his own brilliance. He barged into the festival, pushing his way to the centre of attention. "Listen up, forest folks. I have the solution to all your problems," Bartholomew declared, puffing out his chest. The wise old tortoises exchanged knowing glances, but they remained silent, allowing Bartholomew to speak. "I propose that we change the layout of the forest. The trees should be arranged in a perfect spiral, and the honey should be stored in a grand tree at the very centre. It's the only logical way," Bartholomew announced. The forest creatures exchanged uncomfortable glances. The wise old tortoises, however, decided to use this as an opportunity to teach Bartholomew a lesson. "Bartholomew, it's wonderful that you have ideas, but perhaps we should consider the wisdom of those who have been here for centuries," one of the tortoises gently suggested. Bartholomew scoffed. "Wisdom? Ha! What can a bunch of slowpokes like you possibly know? I'm the biggest and the smartest in this forest." Undeterred, the wise old tortoises began sharing stories of the forest's history, the cycles of nature, and the importance of unity and respect for all creatures. They spoke of the delicate balance that had kept the enchanted forest thriving for centuries. As they spoke, Bartholomew grew increasingly agitated. He couldn't stand being challenged or having his ideas questioned. In a fit of frustration, he roared, "Enough of your ancient tales. I'm the one who knows what's best for this forest, and you should all listen to me." But just as Bartholomew spoke, a rustling sound echoed through the forest. The wise old tortoises remained calm, knowing that nature had a way of teaching its own lessons. Out from the trees emerged a wise and ancient owl named Orla. Orla was known for her profound knowledge of the forest and its creatures. She glided gracefully to the centre of the gathering, casting a knowing gaze at Bartholomew. "Bartholomew, it's important to remember that wisdom comes in many forms. The trees, the animals, and even the smallest insects contribute to the delicate dance of nature. No one creature has all the answers." Orla spoke with a calm authority. Bartholomew, feeling challenged, puffed up his chest and retorted, "I don't need lessons from a bird brain. I know what's best for this forest, and I won't be lectured by a bunch of slow tortoises and an old owl." Orla simply nodded and, with a gentle flap of her wings, created a magical display of glowing symbols in the air. Each symbol represented the harmony and interconnectedness of the forest. The strength of the forest lies in its diversity and the collective wisdom of all its inhabitants. It's time to open your heart, Bartholomew, and learn from those who have lived here for centuries, Orla advised. As the symbols danced in the air, Bartholomew felt a twinge of realization. The forest was a vast tapestry of life, and he was just one thread in the intricate design. The wise old tortoises, though slow in their movement, carried the weight of centuries of knowledge. Orla, with her soaring wings, had a perspective that reached the highest branches of the tallest trees. Bartholomew, humbled and touched by the magical display, took a step back. He looked at the wise old tortoises with newfound respect and gratitude. "Sorka, I never realized how much there is to learn from each other. I'm sorry for my arrogance, and I'm willing to listen and learn," Bartholomew admitted, his voice softer than ever before. The wise old tortoises nodded in acknowledgement, and Orla smiled, her eyes twinkling with wisdom. From that day forward, Bartholomew transformed. He became a more humble and considerate bear, learning to appreciate the unique contributions of every creature in the enchanted forest. The wise old tortoises, once dismissed, became valued advisors, and Orla, the ancient owl, became a cherished friend. The enchanted forest thrived, not because of one creature's dominance, but because of the collective wisdom, unity, and respect shared by all its inhabitants. And as the seasons changed, bringing new life and growth to the forest, Bartholomew, once the arrogant bear, now stood as a symbol of the transformative power of humility and the beauty of learning from one another. And so, dear friends, as the sun dipped below the treetops, casting a warm glow over the enchanted forest, Bartholomew and his newfound friends revelled in the beauty of unity and respect. Remember, just like the forest, we're all unique threads in life's grand tapestry, each contributing our own special magic. Let this tale remind you that kindness, humility, and the joy of learning from one another create a world where every creature can thrive. May your hearts be filled with the enchantment of friendship and the wisdom of unity. Until our next magical journey, sweet dreams and gentle adventures to you all.